My lovers, welcome to my channel. My name is Made for Love, and today we're going to do um, the year ahead reading, where it's a 13 card spread where we look at different areas of your life for the year ahead. Right, so we look at the previous year, what that was all about, your aspirations for the new year, your strengths, relationships and emotions, career, finances, the whole 9 yards. In the extended, we're going to do a year ahead reading for your person. And this is going to be a 14 card spread. So it's going to be just like your spread, but the additional card will be what will their relationship with the karmic be like for that year. And this is a good way of figuring out if you and your person are like on the same page or in alignment. Okay. Um, this is also a reading that I offer on my website, both your year ahead and their year ahead. So you have option A and option B. So you can check that out. I don't think I opened bookings for February, so I have to do that after this reading. I forgot to do that. All right. So, anyways, let's get into this. Some interesting dreams have been coming through, but I'm still kind of processing them and sifting through them. If I get an indicator that I need to share any, I'll let you know. So I'm going to be using the Tarot Avatara, which is a deck that was inspired by, I forget her name at this time. Are we for reals right now? Her face is right there, and I cannot bring her name for crap. This is absolutely embarrassing. This is what Mercury retrograde does to me. I'm just, what is her bloody name? The artist with the unibrow, guys. Oh man, she had scoliosis. She has a hip accident. She had a hip accident. No, hip surgery. She had a big accident that really shattered her hip. Oh man. And weirdly enough, I remember her husband's name, Diego, right? I think it's with Diego. Okay. I'm sorry. I apologize to you. I can't remember your name. All right. Anyways, underneath the deck, I'll get it. And you guys are going to be kicking me for this too. Anyway, underneath the deck, Five of Swords in reverse. Okay. So it feels like the year ahead is going to be a lot more harmonious than last year. Thank God. Right? It's going to be a lot more harmonious, and as you come into a harmony with yourself, because I think the last year was about healing your inner divine masculine, right? And all the issues that came with that, being able to stand up for yourself, take action, stand in your power. Those are the kind of themes that you're powering through. But it feels like now that you're going to be coming into harmony with yourself, it's going to be a more harmonious ride for you. It is certainly a year number 8. So that's all about power. That's all about moving forward. All right. So we're gonna ask the first card. What was the previous year all about? We have the Page of Cups in reverse, looking at our childhood wounding, especially the ways that we were not emotionally supported as children, and how that may have or still is affecting our relationships. When we are not emotionally supported, or we're not given an emotional lexicon in which to express ourselves, or when we are not validated by our parents, we go and we try looking for love. It's a quintessential looking for love in all the wrong places. Looking for love, looking for validation, feeling we have to overcompensate in relationships because we are not good enough. All those different things. And certainly a lot more different things. That's just some example that's coming at me from the top of my head, But it's looking at the way we were not specifically, we were not emotionally supported or encouraged to express our emotions, and what we did with that. You know, the latter part of the year we were powering through a lot of anger issues, and that's because a lot of us, especially feminine energy, or those who present as female, so it can be either one, right? And both of them actually. Those that present as female, how we are taught to suppress our anger. The other things we are allowed to express, but we have to keep that anger inside, right? So it's not ladylike, right? So now that this anger was just coming out and purging, it was a really rough time. A lot of us, I heard you guys in the comments, you don't know how to deal with your anger. We weren't taught. We weren't taught. So that's what the last year was all about. Looking at our childhood wounding and basically reparenting ourselves, especially when it came to emotionally supporting the self. Lessons learned. We have the Star card in reverse, right? So how our hurt and pain from the past can sabotage or try to sabotage our future. Okay, so a lot of big karmic lessons for us, and really looking at our pain and not running away from it. Okay, really looking at our pain. Okay. Card 3, aspirations. As far as spirit is concerned, aspirations for the year ahead. We have the Page of Pentacles. New starts, new friendships, new alliances. Being strategic with how we want to manifest our abundance. Being more protective of our energy through boundary setting, and being very selective about who we are going to allow in our energy field and in our life. There's just some nonsense that we are not going to tolerate, that we may have tolerated before, but we realize, nuh-uh, I am not putting myself through that. So I won't say you're going to be guarded, but I am going to say that you're going to be discerning, or Spirit wants you to be discerning and selective with who comes along on this new beginning ride that you are about to embark on. What are your strengths? As far as Spirit sees it, what's your strengths? Two of Pentacles in reverse. And for me, Two of Pentacles goes to the Ace of Pentacles. You have a penchant, a gift of landing on your two feet. And not just landing on your 2 feet, but also creating fresh starts and stability out of chaos. Okay? And this is something that you're going to bring to the fore. I think that for the people who are watching, even when people may have thought that you lost, or maybe even when you think that you lose, you're actually winning, right? And that's something that you're able to recognize. A lot of people aren't able to pivot like that. When they suffer what they consider a loss or a L, they can stay and let's wallow in that energy, but not you. You always see maybe the quintessential silver lining or the opportunity in crisis. And that is exactly what you're going to bring to the fore this year. You're going to see the opportunities that have unfolded with you out of chaos, out of pain, and really capitalize on that. And it looks like make some money off of it for some reason. Potential obstacles that you may face. The Two of Cups. Two of Cups as an obstacle. Okay, so I'm interpreting obstacles as maybe sticking points or things that may have you hesitating. And it looks like that is going to come in your love relationships, okay? Now, it could be that you are interested in someone right now. Um, a lot of you that watch my channel, you are twin flames or higher level soulmates. And it could be that maybe an obstacle might be your person might be with somebody else. So there's an obstacle there. Or it could be this whole notion of being a twin flame or this whole notion of having a higher level soulmate may be something that's preventing you from moving forward with your life, because maybe you're waiting on this person to level up, or you're waiting on this person to make a choice, or you're waiting on this person to choose you. So you might hesitate in moving forward. But it looks like Spirit wants you to go ahead and do your own thing with this Ace of Pentacles here. Okay, with or without them. With or without them. Okay. It could be as well that some of you guys might be facing a choice right now. You may have somebody else that you want to choose, but you're always there in the back of your mind. Are you doing the right thing, or are you using this person just because you're lonely? So this is what I have to share the stream with you then. So I go to a supermarket, and it's not a supermarket in my country, and I know it's not a supermarket in my country because I'm wearing a winter coat. Ain't no need for no winter coat here. Right? So I'm in the supermarket and walking down the aisles, and for some bloody reason, there is a little puppy. Yes, health risk and all that. There's a little puppy in one of the aisles shivering. So I take it up and I put it inside my coat, just holding it under my arm. And my intention is to get a shelter, find a shelter, to surrender this puppy, because the apartment that I'm living in this room, is very small, and there are no pets allowed. So that is my intention. My intention is to get it to a shelter. But when I put the puppy under my arm, it feels so warm. And just having the contact of another living thing is just absolutely mind blowing for me, because at this point, I'm like touch deprived, right? So it just feels absolutely amazing. Anyway, I do all my groceries, and I clean forget that I have this thing under my arm. I don't know how I'm able to do that. Anyway, so I go home, I undress, and there's a puppy in the inner pocket of the coat. And at that point, I start to panic, because what do I do with this now? Right? I kept it there because it was feeling good, because I was feeling lonely. I was feeling touch deprived, right? And now that I have this thing, what do I do with it? And so for me, it was a caution for me to examine some of the decisions that I might be thinking about making, or I might want to make at this time, or maybe you are making at this time. Sometimes when we are lonely, or when we feel alone, we can make some very impulsive decisions that in the long run, Jesus, in the long run, may not suit our current circumstances, may not be beneficial for us or in alignment with the life we're currently living, or may not be beneficial to other people that we care about, like that puppy, right? So all I'm saying is, if you're choosing to move forward, you have to move forward not out of desperation or not out of feeling lonely, but because you truly want to embrace another beautiful experience with somebody else, and not just using that person to make you warm. or fill a hole whilst you wait, or as a placeholder, and then you're not really present in the relationship because you're waiting for somebody else, right? um there are going to be karmic consequence for that. So if you're embarking on a new relationship as a twin, or you want to choose a soulmate, make sure you're doing that with an open heart, and that you're not using that person because you're panicking or you just want to be warm. Relationships and emotions. I hope that I conveyed that well. I don't think I did. We have the Hierophant in reverse, and I feel with this Hierophant reverse, I feel like a sense of freedom, like breaking out of expectations, breaking out of conventions, breaking out of little boxes that you may have put yourself into. Maybe even this twin flame paradigm, it's not meant to entrap you or to entrap the other person. But so this is breaking out of convention. I'm breaking out of, like, ancestral patterns, ancestral modeling, programming. It's about being free and creating your own paradigm out of your own beliefs and core truths. That's what it feels like. For some of you, you may choose to break up or move on from somebody. Some of you may go through a divorce in the coming year, but it feels like it's about shedding expectations and really aligning to your core truths. All right. Career, work, finances. What's happening with that? We have the Queen of Cups in reverse. I'm going to clarify that. But it feels like you're going to learn a lot of karmic lessons through your work experiences and collaborations. We have online guidebook. All right. So I feel for a lot of you, you're going to be moving away from activities, professional activities, or jobs that no longer align with who you are. And for a lot of you guys are going to move to digital online business. Uh, yes, could be as a side hustle, or it could be as your main hustle, because I feel like a lot of you are going to be dropping jobs that you don't feel fulfilled in, and moving more into jobs that include your purpose or mission work. For some of you, you're going to be publishing books this year. Okay. Some of the may not come out in hard copy. It might be an ebook. Okay. But it feels like a lot of online commerce. Some of you guys might be making tarot decks, but there's something here about your work life aligning with mission work, and again aligning with your core values. Health and well-being, Three of Cups, a lot of joy, a lot of energy. I think you're going to find a lot of healing with like-minded people and friends, people who bring a lot of positive energy into your life. For a lot of you, you're going to be doing a lot of travel that's going to be beneficial to your health, getting outside, getting out there. Some of you guys might be going on spiritual retreats. I do see the lotus flower here. Maybe some of you guys may take pilgrimages, okay, whether it's to Mecca, India, could be India with this lotus flower here, maybe Tibet, right? But it's about, all of the activities are about like aligning with your spiritual core. Aligning with your spiritual core. Your spiritual energy, just as we talked about aligning with your spiritual core, your spiritual energy this year. We have the Page of Swords in reverse. I gotta clarify that. We have the Knight of Wands, and that is the spiritual explorer, right? Sagittarian energy. And I see this person, they have a mic in their hand like they're giving a TED talk. So I feel like some kind of guru vibes here. All right, so it means for me progress and immaturity. Moving from the Page of Swords in reverse, which is now the Page of Swords in reverse is someone whose expression, whose truth was crushed or suppressed as a child. But it looks like this year, part of your mission is going to be broadcasting that truth. So some of you guys, whatever, I don't know if it's a TED talk, but it feels like you're going to be broadcasting this truth, whether, in terms of oratory. Again, some of you, it might be books, speaking up in little groups, maybe it's establish some kind of support group, talking to schools, but you're broadcasting that truth, your spiritual truth, to other people. So maybe a lot of you have been living like in the spiritual closet, right? Where very few people know what you're aligned to, your spiritual beliefs. I mean, it's personal to you. You keep it to yourself. But I feel like this year you're going to be telling people about it. Now, there's not a kind of conversion energy. You're just letting people know this is what I believe, kind of way. Like you're not going to allow people to preach to you or try to impose their standards on you. I think you're going to be letting them know, well, this is what I believe, and it's okay for us to believe different things. But you're making your spiritual beliefs known or public, and you might be doing that to many people, or maybe just one person in your life, maybe a parent or even a twin, right? It's like no longer hiding yourself. That's the energy that's there. What do you need to focus on this year as far as spirit is concerned? What do you need to focus on? We have the Eight of Cups. Walking away from shit that don't serve you. Walking away from people, relationships. For some of you, it's going to be a job. It's going to be your job. You're going to be this person here in the bath. You're going to be throwing out everything with the bath water, whatever doesn't serve you, all the bad vibes, and all of that. You're just going to be walking away from it, right? If they're not in alignment with you, if they're not, supporting you, being there for you, you're just gonna walk away. You can do bad all by yourself, right? You don't need help with that. So if they're not a positive influence in your life, you're gonna say toodles. And that's all habits. It could be addictions. Lessons in the coming year. Hangman in reverse, taking action. You've gotten all the knowledge. You know exactly what to do. You have a good idea of what you stand for. And for some reason, these look like fallopian tubes. So for a lot of you guys, well, I won't say a lot, but for some of you guys, you might be getting pregnant. There is that. Or you might be giving birth to something. Could be a project. Okay. That you finally, put out there to the world. But it's something that's really connected to you and close to your heart. Okay. But this is the time to take action. No longer pondering as to what you need to do. You already know what you need to do. It's about really stepping into your masculine energy and taking action. You've incubated it, whatever this is. as the Empress for a long time, and now it's time to be the Emperor. What direction are you heading in overall? And we have the blasted tower in reverse. It literally says that though. It literally says that. And that's about rebuilding, right? Whatever was deconstructed in the previous year, it's about starting afresh. We saw that Ace of Pentacles, right? It's about starting afresh and building an even more solid foundation for yourself, for your relationships, maybe in terms of your abundance, right? It's all about rebuilding afresh on a foundation that's based on truth and on love and on integrity. The energy with your twin flame or soulmate. We have the Chariot. Okay, so moving forward, heading in the right direction, and in alignment, because remember the Chariot only moves forward when the two steeds, call them steeds, when the two steeds are facing in the same direction. I see that same white dog here. That's usually with the Fool. Is also with you guys. So it looks like their spirit guides, their ancestors here that are going to be guiding you guys. And it's more than one actually. Look, there are two spirit guides here. And it's two dogs. It's two dogs that are the spirit guides. Interesting. And it's two goats that are the steeds. And goats are notoriously stubborn. So it may be that spirit is going to be taking a more hands-on approach with you and your person, because both of you, not just one, both of you are stubborn as F. But either way, you guys are going to get it together. They're going to help you guys get it together. And this chart is going to be moving forward. Now, in the extended, we're going to look at your person, and then we're going to get that extra card for the energy with the karmic. But if you're not able to join me in the extended, this is going to be your advice. I'm going to take it from Work Your Light deck. So if you want this personalized, I'll open up the February calendar today, and you can have a look. And I also want to do a discount because February is the month in which I launched both my channels. So I'll also apply a discount when I open today. All right. So we have the crumbling, which is the tower, and it says here, what are you clinging on to? Right? Spirit saying, you see where you're heading. You can't keep holding on to shit that don't serve you. Okay, you can't keep, going back to people, or being loyal to people. You can't continue to be loyal to people who aren't loyal to you. So let's let it go, let it go. That's the year ahead. All right, we have deep replenishment. So, this is about what I was saying. The rebuilding, the rejuvenation. It says here, retreat, rest, and be held. So this feels like a rejuvenation process after the deconstruction of last year. Let me read what they have here. But it's about deep healing on every level. Okay. The thing I don't like about this deck is that it doesn't have numbers. So you're just kind of scrolling through the comment section. Okay, here it is. And it's on page 64, which reduced to 10. So that's endings and new beginnings, which makes a lot of sense with the reading that came out today. Right? Deep replenishment. The most selfless thing that you can do to fill up your own inner is to fill up your own inner well. When we are running around half filled, we subconsciously look to things and people around us to give us the nourishment and nurturing that we so deeply crave, which goes back to what I was saying. Remember that dream with that puppy, right? I was walking around half filled, and that is why, I kept that puppy, even though it was not the best thing for the puppy, right? I was clinging to that from a sense of feeling empty in a particular aspect of my life. So Spirit's talking about, making sure that you're completely filled so that when you do make decisions, you're not making it from a sense of what is lacking in your life. Okay? Nothing can grow in barren lands. You are no good to anyone if you're running on empty. The feminine is bountiful, fertile, and rich. Tend to your own well and watch as the amount that you have to give multiplies. If your inner well isn't filled, if your inner well isn't full, you'd find yourself craving things from the outside world to fill it. This is our body's instinctive way of reaching for the grounding and nurturing that we are not allowing ourselves. What nourishes you? What refills your body? What is nectar for your soul? What brings you back to life? What is your secret medicine? What makes you feel abundant and fertile? Overspilling with life. It may be gardening, arranging flowers, getting a message, using luxurious oils, snuggling up on the couch, hiking, sipping a good coffee at your favorite cafe, attending a women's circle, reading about sacred sites, spontaneous bike rides, walking along the beach, or yin yoga. What nourishes you is your medicine. When you give yourself the medicine that you need to be nourished, you nourish all those around you, for there's more than enough to go around. And the work your light action here is do something that deeply nourishes you today. So it looks like the whole year ahead is about nourishing yourself, taking care of yourself, rebuilding, because it looks like last year might have really taken a toll on you. You might be feeling tired. For some of you, you might be dealing with adrenal fatigue right now. Spirit saying you have to nourish yourself. And for some of you, it might be taking supplements, additional supplements, to do that, right? But right now, it's all about you. Okay. All right. So if you're able, join me in the extended. We're going to take a look at your person's year ahead. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for being here. Everything that you do for this channel, I appreciate that. Take care.